Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. This is Harriet Westmore. This is the More Self Discovery podcast, where we discuss a variety of topics that will lead you on the path to self discovery. I'm your host, Harriet Westmore, and thank you for joining us. If you're on YouTube, I would like for you to hit that subscribe uh, link there and uh, be aware of more events to come because we have a lot of great topics that we discuss. And today's guest is no exception. This is going to be a great conversation. Today, my guest is TyCorria Newman, and she is the founder of Jay's Transformative Healing Services, which is a nonprofit organization. This organization was in honor and loving memory of her eldest son, Jaden or Jay Johnson, and is also her honor to her youngest son, Devin Johnson. Um, TyCorria is no stranger to pain after tragically losing her son at the age of 20 years old and overcoming domestic violence, and combined with working with over 200 children and families in social service field for the last 10 years. TyCorria has learned the importance of the significance, of healing to live a better life in spite of what anyone has gone through. So I really appreciate you coming, TyCorria, and welcome to More Self Discovery Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. You're right. We've had some great conversations, passionate about the same things, and it's just an honor to be here with you.
Thank you. Well, in your bio, just kind of give us a synopsis of what you went through. I know I'm sorry for your loss of your son, and also your physical traumatic of domestic violence, which is a very topic that we all need to be aware of.
Yes. So I experienced domestic violence younger in my life, where it's in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty bad. I had a victim's advocate, had to leave the state, went through a kidnapping, all of those things. So I understand in the physical abuse, yes, definitely. I've been hospitalized. So I do understand the cycle of abuse from not only studies, but personal experience. And I just want to encourage women. I think it really, for all of us, men can be abused too, but for all of us, I think that it starts at the core of how we feel about ourselves, and a lot of things that kind of go into play and why we find ourselves in situations like these really does go back to our childhood and healing and all of those things, so that we can break that cycle. So I went through that, and I found my passion, where working with children, as you stated, as I try to find myself and figure out what am I passionate about. And it started with working with foster children
Mm.
that had been removed from their homes. And so then that kind of graduated to working with families, the parents that are fighting to get their children back, and hearing their stories and what happened. And again, it goes back to we're not healing from what's
Right.
happened to us. And so that plant was seed was the seed was planted, and then I go through the worst thing any parent can go through, and that's finding out that my son was critically injured a few months after he graduated high school, which left him in a state to where he would pass away 2 years later from his injuries.
Mm.
And oddly, the girl that hit him was 17. She was on fentanyl, amongst other drugs, and she was also a foster kid.
Mm.
Have
Wow.
this, so it's hitting me now. I'm saying we all need to heal so that we don't hurt ourselves or other people. And that's really the core of it, is we need to heal. We need to know that we're worthy of healing. We need to know that we have that choice. We can choose, we can win ourselves back. Life is not over.
Absolutely. And I'm listening to you because your focus are mainly with foster. What? No, I shouldn't say your main focus, but you started out working within the foster care system, and I can definitely attest because I was a briefly was a caseworker, and
Hmm.
I worked in with kids who were being taken with from their homes, and and that's a whole nother subject that
Yes.
we could talk about. But you're right, they are so broken, and kids are broken because of the parents and then the environment that they came from. And so if you don't have that intervention before they become adults, it's going to, just like you said, continue the cycle. So with that being said, how did Jay's transformative healing services, how did that birth in your mind?
So, going through my own healing journey and really looking around and saying, I desperate to find joy, desperate to have some kind of normalcy of a life again.
Mhm.
Just really desperate. And so I go out and I'm seeking. I've been in therapy for 5 years, and I went through grief counseling, and there's still other things. And I got into learning more about energy healing and meditation and being mindful and all the things that we can actually learn that's holistic and evidence based scientifically that helps us stay centered. It helps us love on ourselves.
Mhm.
So we're not looking for other people to do it for us. We need to do it for ourselves, and just really focus on you. I think that we just keep going. We have bills to pay. We have this to handle. We got to get to work. We have all of these things which are valid, but we get lost in the shuffle of life. And by mistake, we pass it on to our kids, and they pass it on to theirs, and it just happens. And it's just being conscious, having the consciousness that, wait a minute, I deserve to pause. I deserve to nurture myself. I deserve to heal. That having that intention. And so that's
Mhm.
where it came. Like, let's do it. Let's do a mission that supports all women, and with the highlight on Black and Brown minority women that socioeconomic status wouldn't typically afford for you to get these services or go to a retreat. What about them? What about us? I'm a part of that too. And so
Exactly.
here comes Jay's Transformative to see what we can do to help get this going because it's such a need. It's such a need.
Absolutely. And I was just getting ready to I was just thinking as you were talking, particularly of us as women of color, I don't we're groomed. I don't want to say, we've been taught to, we got to take care of everybody. We got to take care of our kids, our
Everybody.
extended families, kids, and other extended family members, and we always be neglected. And not only within our own community, but within the whole society too, because Black women or women of color, we are kind of on the lowest of the totem pole as being taken care of and looked after. So what you're doing is definitely a great need, great need. And so, by the way, people in the chat, if you have questions or comments, please feel free. I'm sure TyCorria would be more than happy to engage and answer your questions if you have any. But
Absolutely.
yeah, so Jay's transformative healing services. Okay, how long have you started? When did you start, and how long has it been
So
since?
we are just getting things off the ground, and we started forming the organization, and how could it be most impactful with our board of directors working together? It really is a village and a group effort, and
Mm-hmm.
so we are prepping to start offering services in the very near future, starting with the Women's Healing Retreat. It is going to be amazing. We have partners in a partner. in Smoky Mountains, Tennessee. Don't know if
Mm,
anyone's heard. Beautiful. And
mm-hmm,
so you will be able to get away from the hustle and bustle of life. Go somewhere beautiful. Go somewhere where you're going to be supported. Go somewhere where you can speak your truth in a safe space and not feel judged and not feel
mm-hmm.
alone. And we are all there for the same thing, and it's to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. And with that, there's we'll be doing spiritual life coaching. We'll be doing EFT, which is emotional focused tapping therapy. Amazing if for anyone who hasn't done that. Reiki healing to kind of tap into our energy, and we really are made of energy, and we can actually move some of that energetic heaviness and stress. We can actually tap on that and meditate on that and kind of shift how we feel and our thinking in a moment. Is sound healing. We'll also be
Mm,
doing sound healing, and so a lot of these techniques we can take from here to do on our own because nobody's with us 24/7. And
right.
when times get hard, we have ourselves and who you believe in. For me, that's God. So you have that, but it's literally you. And you need to have some kind of coping skills, healing techniques. Last thing I do want to mention, which I'm so happy about, we will be able to offer a continuation of services because healing is a journey and it doesn't stop with a retreat. And so
Right.
we'll be able to offer that. And it could be individualized. It does not have to go through us. It can go to any professional in your community that will accept payment and we will sponsor those in need.
Wow. That is awesome. That is really awesome. And I was just thinking, as far as those of us who have been through domestic violence, what can you tell people? What are the kind of the signs? Because maybe somebody might be out there that don't even realize that they're being abused. Other than physically, we all know, about that, but there are other forms of abuse. And can you kind of give us some tips and, what to look out for?
Absolutely. If you feel that you are being mistreated in any way, that's making you feel bad about yourself, whether it's verbal abuse, you can never do good enough, whether it's being talked to without respect, being called out of your name, all of that is abuse. There's financial abuse. You have to give your check away to this person, and they call the shots. When you have fear in your relationship that things at any minute can explode. All of these are signs of abuse. It does not just have to be physical. I think physical may be the most obvious one,
Hmm.
but if we don't pay attention to our surrounding, to who's in our circle, whether it's romantic, you can be in domestic violence in your own family, your friends,
Absolutely.
all of that. If it's not helping you better, be it the best, version of you, if it doesn't feel good to you, then you need to reevaluate. We all do have to reevaluate who am I with and how is this impacting me? Are you building me up or tearing me down?
Hmm.
Do I feel trapped and controlled, or do I feel a sense of freedom and I can be my authentic self? All of those things are kind of tips to say maybe this isn't the safest relationship or healthiest relationship, no matter who it is.
Absolutely. Wow. And just know, and I just want people to understand, you don't necessarily have to be a weak-minded person to be, a victim of domestic violence. You don't have to be, it's not a socioeconomic factor. Uh, I know for a fact that I'll just self-disclose. I work in law enforcement, and there are females who are fellow officers who are going through domestic violence. you know,
Mhm.
go figure, you would think as an officer who was, trained to shoot and defend herself and, protect the society, but
Right.
inside she's dealing with actual domestic violence.
Right.
And so you don't have to be, uh, a weak mind or low self-esteem or no confidence, that type of
Mhm.
mindset.
Mhm.
It can be from corporate to, middle class to, whatever,
Anybody.
whatever and anybody, whoever and anybody. And I really think your services, I think if we as women, even if you haven't gone through any type of these type of abuse or anything, I think we all can benefit from your services because we are self-caring. It's about self-healing and just taking care of yourself. And I think once we go through your services, it'll give us a better light on how, you know, we should be treated by others, and others can see that it raises the bar
Yes.
in our relationships, and in, not romantically, but as co-workers, as family members. It just, people will have to change because of us. They'll
Yeah.
have to conform, and we don't no more that we're, people pleasers. And that's what I'm
Mhm.
my specialty as a coach. I'm a people pleaser coach. That's another
Woo.
area that
That's
people
a good one. That's a good.
you got to get over that, being a people pleaser. And I think with your services, I mean, it helps you to, be assertive, and people will have to conform to you instead of you conforming to, everybody else.
Yes,
So
it's called healthy boundaries. We learn to put up some healthy boundaries, and you said something I think is so impactful, Harriet, is that with domestic violence, it's not all bad. Then
mm-mm,
you have the honeymoon phase. You
mm,
have the swept off your feet. You have the this is a person I could tell anything to. All of that is in there too. So it makes it really hard when this part is great and this part. So now you're doing this, and you get caught. And if it's physical, something I think that everyone should keep in mind if you know someone or if yourself is going through it, when you leave is that that's the most risk is leaving.
right,
That's the time where your life can be a danger. And so it's not so quick to leave. So, yes, having, I feel, and I appreciate you saying that, having the services that deals with us in our core and helps us make the right decisions for us, love on us, automatically and naturally, organically, you're going to choose different.
exactly. Exactly. And I'm reading the comments. Jillian saying people pleasing is a good topic. It is a topic that I
Mhm.
probably will expand on a future podcast, because I mean, uh, I saw that there is a need. I was a people pleaser. Well, I'm still, well, people pleaser. I'm a work in progress. Let's put it that way. Okay.
You got to love.
A work in progress. And so, yeah, so that is a great topic, for us to talk about. And Nikki was saying, teach you guys, you have to teach people how to treat you. Um,
Yes, so right. So true, Nikki. You we teach people how to treat us.
so anybody in the chat has any questions or want to say anything? I believe this is I was before when I met TyCorria, before we were talking about doing this show. We have a lot in common as far as services, and I would like, to very much collaborate with you in on certain things. I you know I think the need, while a woman is out of the house, she's gone after the going through the domestic violence stage and getting out of that situation. Um, and if she's in a shelter, normally shelters, you stay in there for like 30, depending, like 30 days. And they expect in that 30 days you're supposed to find another, a job maybe, another place to stay maybe, and but you're still not healing. And I think something like your services, a coach, can help them to start working out within themselves. But you can't do that in, just 30 days. um,
Absolutely not.
which is why, I'm glad that, your organization is offering, like, continued services.
Yes, absolutely. I've thought about this in this way. How long did it take us to get to where we're at? How many years of a cycle that was our normal did it take to land us, wherever we're at? Um, it's going to take some time to kind of switch directions, if you will, and
Hmm.
change the course. That takes time. And so,
Yeah.
yes, we have to, and honestly, the healing journey, in my opinion, never ends.
No.
Never ends.
Mm-mm. Wow. I'm
No.
just, I mean, it's so many um women, I just wish, are you, what's the future for your services? Is it just for your area, or can people reach out to you online, or how does your,
Anywhere.
okay.
Anywhere.
Oh.
I just joined a group last week, and they happen to be in Sydney, Australia.
Mm,
You can be wherever and connect. And so we will have in-person services, we'll have online services, we'll be doing group services, we'll be doing retreats for parents that lost a child,
mm,
retreats for anyone that lost someone close and near and dear to you. All of that impacts us
right.
deeply. And so we just we all need each other to, how do I get through life, this thing called life?
Absolutely. So when are you anticipating for you to be up and running and ready for business?
We're anticipating the beginning of the year, the latest.
Okay.
And I would encourage people to follow us on our social media pages, Jay's Transformative Healing Services, nonprofit. We're on Facebook, Instagram,
I will make
Pinterest, LinkedIn, and TikTok is coming soon. And also follow us. We'll put updates on our website, which is the same, jtransformativehealingservices.org.
I will make sure everybody has that. For those who are on audio, I will make sure I have that in the show notes. But uh, I'll write I'll write in the let's see, transformative
Healingservices.org.
services.org. There you go.
Thank you. I seen it.
I encourage everybody to let's support this wonderful nonprofit organization. Um, if anyone would like to, Desiree is asking how much is the healing service?
That is a great question. And so the healing services, the rate may look different for people depending on your individual financial circumstances. So that would be something that you would want to contact us directly for, because we want to take each person as an individual and what's realistic and what's not when it comes to cost. So we will offer services on a sliding scale, um, and just kind of really take into account what it is. We don't want anyone's finances to be the barrier to getting the support that you need.
Right. So as far as retreats, I'm assuming there's a pack. Is there a different level of packages that you can be a
Well,
part of?
the retreats they're called There's Power in the Mirror,
Okay.
Women Healing Retreats. And right now we're going to start off with a 2.5 day, but
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we will expand as the need grows, and go up to maybe a week
Mm,
at some point. And so that's pretty much the practice. I'm sorry, the service for that. But we'll have different guest speakers. We'll have different people from different backgrounds to help and pour into each other and the women that are there, and then we'll keep going from there. We can start services before the retreat. That could be separate if you say you want to do life coaching. We have that. We could have packages with healing and life coaching and all of those things. So really reach out. We really want to individualize it to best meet that person's need. Everyone doesn't need the same things or may
right.
not want the same things. So we want to hear what would be good for anybody that comes to us.
Okay. All right. This is a great conversation. I can go on and on and on because there's just so many facets of this topic. What's your final words or any words of inspiration or motivation for us that we can kind of grasp and hold on to?
My final words is that every day we have the opportunity to choose ourselves. Um, Love on yourself. You're worth it. Have
Mm,
patience and grace with yourself. Understand that we're all trying the best that we can do, and that's all that you can do. Surround yourself with support and people that genuinely care about you and want to help see you be the best version of yourself. But reach out to the support system. I cannot the support systems are so strong. And so Jay's Transformative would love to be a support to any and everybody. Whether you have support, would add us to the list. If you don't have support, you do now. So that would be the biggest takeaway. We are here for you, and it's about you, and you matter.
great thoughts. Let's all support her. Join her Facebook group. And I just wanted to point out if anyone who knows anyone who are in public service, a female that is in public service, doesn't have to be law enforcement. It could be social services, the healthcare ministry, the healthcare industry, anybody who are going through stress,
Mm-hmm.
need stress management. They can also opening the door to invite you to come to Women in Public Safety uh, Facebook group. It's also a supportive group for all of us. So I invite you because I think you can't have enough to be loved on. I mean, there's different areas. There's different. We are all we are all females. We all go through our journeys and our struggles and what TyCorria is doing is just I'm going to join. I'm going to join her group because
Yes.
I need that support myself. And like I said, it's all about helping each other. The end of the day, it's about making sure that we are taken care of,
Yes.
because we have never been taken care of as women of color. Not the way we should. Not the way
No.
we deserve to be.
No.
We have put ourselves out there for everybody else. We were forced to be put out there for everybody else
Mm-hmm.
um, from our history, and we have just continued that mindset. So, and it's okay. Do not feel guilty for wanting to take care of yourself. That's another thing. Do not let anyone else, your family, your work, anybody, to make you feel guilty for wanting to take care of yourself. That's
Oh,
another people pleaser
yeah.
tip.
Like, say it louder for the people in the back.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Another people pleaser
Yes.
tip.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that we could all come together. We do not need to wait on anyone to give us permission to take care of ourselves. That's taking our power back and we say, no, this is time now. And this
Hmm.
is what we're doing. And we have each other to support each other through it.
Life is so short. ladies, life is so short, and we have to live it, as they say, as if it could be our last day. And
Yeah.
so, the last thing, just take a moment out of your day, just if it's just 15, 20 minutes, just do something for yourself and refresh yourself and replenish yourself, rejuvenate yourself. And before you help others, it's that same old adage. We all know about the when you're flying on the plane, and the stewardess talk about the air mask or air oxygen. You got to administer oxygen to yourself before you assist others. So that's the same concept. And I've always thought that, you got to help yourself. You got to put that mask on yourself first in order to help others. So
Yes.
if
Can't pour
nothing
from an
else,
empty cup. Yes.
you're right. Right.
Yes, put on that mask. And I want to say, Harriet, I'm going to join your group also. It sounds amazing. A lot of people don't know the stress that comes with these roles.
I tell you,
And
I tell you.
taking care of people all the time at home and at work. And I appreciate your services.
Oh, well, thank you. And I appreciate you. Like I said, I do want to get with you, to see how I can help you with your organization. I have something that I want to offer that would hopefully will be helpful to the process of self care. So I'll talk with you about that.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, ladies. Well, I so appreciate the audience. I appreciate everyone just giving you this support. Like I said, I will put the information of how people can reach out to you because I will send have an audio visual version for the Spotify and the other podcast platforms who are to listen to. So I'll make sure everything is in the show notes for people to reach out to you. But I noticed that you are also, like you said, a spiritual coach. I know we had talked about spirituality and um, uh, that could be another. I will invite you back to
Seven.
talk about another topic of spirituality. I also, as a spiritual coach, and I really would like to talk about church hurt, and I know can we can definitely co-host and have that
Absolutely.
discussion. That's another topic that we don't talk about, especially us our
Oh,
folk.
no, we don't.
we
No,
don't
we
talk
don't.
about that.
It's a shot of 10-foot pole. Well, we have so many more conversations to have. I'm so excited. And if you give me a moment, I see that my son's nurse is on here.
Mm,
And I just want to thank her again. She took such good care of my son till God called him home. So
mm.
Latanya Turner, thank you. I didn't expect to see her, so I would just
Oh, wow.
want
That's
another
awesome.
person of service that Latanya. You gotta.
I'm inviting you. Let me put, you know what? Let me put my Facebook group in here now. Okay, that is the Facebook group. Please join and join TyCorria's Facebook group as well, because I will be doing that as soon as we get off air there. All right. So you guys stay blessed. Please take care of yourself. I'm inviting TyCorria to come back and co-host for another topic. We have so much in common, and I really would love to, work with you in providing services and in podcasting with
Oh,
the topics that we both are passionate about.
yes, I look forward to it. I'm really excited. I'm thankful. I'm humbled by it. So thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. And hit that like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Hit that. Well, I also have a Facebook page for more self discovery podcasts. Definitely join that Facebook page. And if there's any topics that you would like for me to talk about in the next episodes for future podcasting, please let me know. You can contact me at I'm gonna put my contact information. contact at moreselfdiscovery.com. You can email me there and just, give me a topic that you would like to, for us to discuss. All
Love
right.
that.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you so
You
much.
guys.
All
And
right. Talk to you soon.
talk to you soon.